Animal companionship and social bonds. Imagine walking into a room full of strangers. You would naturally look for a familiar face. Humans do this, but did you know animals do the exact same thing? For a long time, scientists believed animals only interacted for basic survival, like hunting or protecting territory. However, modern research has revealed a heartwarming truth: animals form deep, long-lasting friendships just like us. Take cows, for example. To us, a herd of cows looks identical. But researchers found that cows have specific, best friends within their herd. When placed next to their favorite buddy, their heart rates lower, and they show fewer signs of stress. If they are separated, they become anxious and lonely. An even cooler example is found in the ocean. Male dolphins form close-knit groups called alliances that can last for decades. These dolphin best friends swim together, protect each other from sharks, and even have unique whistle sounds that act like names. When one calls out, its specific friend recognizes it and swims over to help. In the African savanna, elephants take friendship to an emotional level. They live in families where bonds last a lifetime. If an elephant is upset, its friends will gather around, touch it gently with their trunks, and make soft, rumbling noises to calm it down. They even experience grief and mourn together when a friend passes away. This proves that animals are not just driven by cold survival instincts. They possess emotional intelligence, feel loneliness, and choose their companions carefully. The next time you see a group of animals, look closer. You might just be witnessing two best friends sharing a quiet moment. How trees and wildlife communicate behind our backs. When you walk through a quiet forest, it feels completely silent. But beneath your feet and hidden in the air, a massive conversation is happening. The forest is not just a collection of trees, it is a giant, connected network. Let's start underground. Trees are connected by a massive network of fungi, often called the wood wide web. Through this network, trees can share water and nutrients. But more surprisingly, they use it to talk. If a tree is attacked by insects, it sends chemical warning signals through the roots to its neighbors. Upon receiving the warning, the neighboring trees immediately start producing toxic chemicals in their leaves to protect themselves. Above ground, animals act as the forest's alarm system. Birds are the ultimate lookouts. When a dangerous predator, like a hidden fox, enters an area, small birds notice it first. They don't just fly away, they emit specific danger calls. What's fascinating is that these calls are a universal language. Deer, squirrels, and rabbits all listen to these alarms. The moment a bird shouts, the entire forest goes on high alert. Some animals use communication skills that humans can't even hear. Elephants use deep, low-frequency rumbles that travel through the ground for miles. Other elephants detect these vibrations through their feet, understanding messages about danger or water long before they see it. Even insects use language. Honeybees perform a waggle dance to tell other bees the exact direction and distance of a food source relative to the sun. Nature is never truly silent. It is filled with coded messages, and every creature is part of the conversation, the sleeping minds and imaginations of wildlife. Have you ever watched a dog sleep? Their paws twitch, they whimper, and sometimes their eyes move rapidly. It looks exactly like they are chasing a ball in their minds. This leads to a fascinating question: do animals actually dream, and what fills their sleeping minds? Using advanced brain scanning technology, scientists have studied sleeping animals, and the results are mind-blowing. Most mammals and birds experience REM, rapid eye movement, sleep, which is the exact phase where human dreaming occurs. Let's look at rats. Scientists tracked the brain activity of rats while they ran through a maze during the day. Later, when the rats fell asleep, their brains began firing in the exact same pattern. The match was so precise that scientists could tell exactly which part of the maze the rat was running through in its dream. The rats were mentally practicing their day's work. But it gets even more amazing. Zebra finches are small birds known for their complex songs. When they sleep, scientists notice that the area of their brain responsible for singing lights up. They are mentally practicing their songs note by note, perfecting their art while resting. What about your pets? Dogs are deeply attached to their humans. Experts believe that dogs mostly dream about their daily activities, running in the park and interacting with their owners. So when your dog twitches its paws, it might just be dreaming about running toward you. Dreams are the brain's way of organizing memories. By discovering that animals dream, we realize that when the world goes dark, they enter a world of imagination and memory, just like us. The biological clocks and perception of time in nature. We live our lives completely controlled by clocks. We wake up, eat, and sleep by the numbers on our screens. But what about animals? They don't have smartphones, yet they seem to know exactly when to act. How do they perceive the passage of time? Animals possess an incredibly precise internal mechanism known as the biological clock, or circadian rhythm. This clock is regulated by natural cues like sunlight. However, many animals display a concept of time that goes far beyond just knowing day from night. Consider pet dogs. If you feed your dog every day at 5 p.m., they will start waiting by their bowl at 4:55 p.m. How do they know? They notice the angle of the sun and even the fading scent of their owner. When you leave for work, your scent fills the house. As hours pass, your scent slowly fades. Dogs can actually measure time based on how much your scent has weakened since you left. In the wild, this ability is vital for survival. Hummingbirds feed on flower nectar. Once a hummingbird drains a flower, it takes a specific amount of time for that flower to refill. Hummingbirds remember exactly how much time has passed since their last visit, ensuring they don't waste energy on empty flowers. On a larger scale, migration requires a perfect sense of time. Monarch butterflies fly thousands of miles every year. They use a sun compass in their brains that automatically calculates the changing position of the sun throughout the day, keeping them on track. Nature keeps perfect time without batteries or digital screens. Unexpected intelligence and problem solving. When we think of smart animals, we usually picture chimpanzees or dolphins. But intelligence in the animal kingdom comes in many surprising packages. Some of the most brilliant problem solvers on Earth are creatures we completely underestimate. Let's talk about crows. Crows are feathered geniuses. In scientific experiments, a crow was given a straight piece of wire to get food out of a deep tube. Without any training, the crow bent the wire into a hook and fished the food out. In cities like Tokyo, crows drop hard-shelled nuts onto pedestrian crosswalks. They wait for cars to drive over and crack the nuts, then wait for the traffic light to turn red so they can safely collect their food. Then there is the octopus. This creature has a brain distributed throughout its entire body, including its arms. Octopuses are masters of escape. In aquariums, they have been caught unscrewing jars from the inside, opening tank lids, and escaping through tiny holes. One octopus even short-circuited the aquarium's lights by spraying water at them because it didn't like the bright glare. Even tiny ants show incredible intelligence. When looking for food, a colony of ants can instantly calculate the absolute shortest, most efficient route between their nest and the food source, adjusting around obstacles smoothly. We often judge intelligence by human standards, like writing or speaking. But true intelligence is the ability to adapt and solve problems. When viewed through that lens, the animal kingdom is full of hidden geniuses, quietly outsmarting the world around them.